Hi, I'm Joe.
And I'm Carmen.
And we are the
Sexy Happy Couple.
And this is Sexy Healthy Cooking.
As many of you know, we're vegans, which means we only eat materials that come from plants, nothing from animals. And today I'm going to show you how we make some of our food.
And we also like to have a special guest from the adult entertainment industry join us on the show. And today we have the fantastic Sofie Marie.
Hi guys, how are you?
Well, and yourself?
Good.
Great to see you.
You too. Yeah.
Thanks for coming on the
Thanks
show.
for joining us.
I'm excited.
So, when we have our special guests on the show, I try to find a recipe that represents where they grew up. And Sofie grew up in Southern California. So today we are going to have vegan fajitas
Okay.
and Mexican couscous.
Nice.
Okay?
Sounds yummy.
Yeah.
And she does the cooking. The only thing I help with is the wine. So let me get some of that.
All right.
So for our meat analog, is what we call the non-meat products that we eat. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Today we're going to be using a product called Soy Curls. And you have to order them online. And it's the only ingredient in this is soybeans. And they're I don't know how they process it, but they dehydrate them, and then we're gonna rehydrate them with some vegetable broth here. So I'm just gonna do that.
Dehydrated and then rehydrated.
And then rehydrate it.
Maybe I
So,
could do that. I don't know.
Right? So,
Hey, cheers.
cheers. While the soy curls are marinating, I'm going to go ahead and cut up the vegetables for our fajitas.
So, Sophie, you're very athletic and
Yes.
you have a job that keeps you moving. So, do you have any special food routines that you follow?
Food. Well, I do gluten-free. I try and eat my veggies for the most part, and that's about it. Kind of low carbs, high protein diet, and gluten-free. And every once in a while, I kind of go off the deep end, eating a pizza, but again, back to the gluten-free.
Okay.
So and bison and chicken, and so I try and eat healthy most meats.
How about like on a shoot? I mean, it's a long day.
Yes, it is.
Is there any meal in there or?
No, it's just snacks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like protein shakes and what else? Like some almonds, a piece of cheese. I kind of like to eat every couple hours.
Yeah.
Snacks more. And then once in a while at night, I'll eat a bigger meal, which is probably not good before you go to bed, but that's how I do it. So
Okay. How about exercise?
exercise, I run a lot. I played volleyball in college and did an Ironman.
Oh boy,
wow.
that's something.
Yeah, about 3.5 years ago in France.
Wow, cool.
So yeah, that was intense, long, but a big accomplishment.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I could never do that.
Yeah.
No way. We exercise, but not that intensely. So yeah. Now you said you played volleyball.
Mm-hmm.
How did you transition from that into adult entertainment?
Oh, where to start? So volleyball, went into running, and about 5 years ago started bikini modeling. So I wear itty bitty tiny bikinis. It does cover, but and fans were asking to see less.
Bikini.
Less, yes.
More you.
So, yeah, exactly. So I went topless, and then I started nude. So it was kind of a transition, topless, nude, and then actually my husband and I are in the lifestyle. So that was my first experience with a girl.
Oh.
Yeah. And then just had all this content that my husband was shooting, and just kind of built my own website and company, and started for shooting for other companies a couple years ago. So, yeah.
So like the scene we shot yesterday, that one, that's not kind of the typical, you're doing a lot of your own content.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for...
Yes, it was fun. I had a great time. I did.
Very physical.
Yes, no, that was awesome.
So you're cutting all these vegetables.
Yes, so I started off with a poblano pepper, and I absolutely cannot stand green peppers, bell peppers, so I never put them in anything, and I always use a poblano instead. And then I added some carrots and some summer squash. I am now slicing some onion as thinly as possible, and I'm going to include some cauliflower and some broccoli. And when you actually go to Mexico and eat fajitas in Mexico, they have a wide variety of vegetables, whereas here in the United States, they tend to be peppers and onions and maybe some tomatoes. And so these are more modeled after the kinds of fajitas that we would eat when we go to Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Well, speaking of Mexico, do you do any shooting internationally? Or?
I have not yet. I would probably maybe start in Europe. I don't know if I'd go down to Mexico and shoot, but you never know. So maybe one of these days in the next, year or two, we'll see.
We actually shot on our the trip where I proposed to my lovely wife at a hotel, a little boutique hotel on an island off Cancun, Mexico.
Okay.
And it was a balcony that was private enough at this hotel that we shot a sex scene.
Did you?
Yeah. It was
out on the balcony.
Out on the balcony.
Nice.
No, we weren't using the great crew like we have here today, but we moved the tripod around, and then when we got into more of this kind of thing, we had it edited and music put in, and it's really a special keepsake.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
So do you travel much?
Not enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking about going to Barcelona in a couple months.
Nice.
But yeah, no, I'm kind of a homebody. I mean, I like traveling, but not a whole lot. I don't mind airplanes, but
And where do you live these days?
I'm in Las Vegas.
Oh, so yeah.
Sin City.
Enough to do there.
Yes, yeah.
So yeah, we've shot some videos in Las Vegas and a lot of fun.
Yeah. Did you go to the Strip and everything?
Oh yeah. We like to stay at a certain hotel that has balconies right out looking on the Strip, and the people watching.
Oh yeah, it's great.
World class.
Yeah, we don't really gamble. But
yeah, no, I don't either.
We just watch other people.
Yeah, it's definitely can entertain you all evening.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a lot of the adult business in Vegas, right? I mean, it's a lot in LA and Miami, but
yeah, Vegas is probably behind LA as far as talent living out there and companies and whatnot. But so it's an easy drive, to LA and not really Florida, but yeah. So I would say Vegas and Los Angeles are the main adult cities.
Yeah, no, it's interesting because you said you don't like to, you stay home a lot. Well, you're in those areas. Like for us, it's the opposite. Like we're in a very rural Midwestern place, and so coming out to here, we're in LA right now, is exciting and fun. And, yeah. So.
Warmer.
Yeah.
Oh God, much warmer.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, particularly in the winter. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm a warm-weathered person.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if 85 every day would be perfect.
Okay, so the vegetables are all chopped up, and the soy curls are finished marinating. They have a kind of a rubbery texture.
Rubbery texture
there. And so I am going to season the soy curls with some fajita seasoning.
Precision work.
So excited.
Smells good.
Yeah, it's good. I'm just rubbing the fajita seasoning, massaging it into the soy curls. And once I have done that, I am going to put them in the oven to bake at 350 degrees for 20 minutes. So I'm going to go do that.
All right, yes.
All right.
So when you're traveling or you're out and about, do you get recognized?
I have a few times. Not very often. A couple times at the beach.
Yeah.
Probably because of my little bikinis I wear. Although I go to a nude beach. I used to. I haven't been in a while. I used to. A few years ago. I missed it. And about 6-9 months ago, I was at a gun show in Las Vegas. And some guy kept looking at me. And I'm like, why is he looking? You know, I'm kind of... And he's like, I know you from somewhere. Back to the bikini. He saw me on Malibu Strings, which is another bikini company that I used to shoot for, or still do. But and these Malibu Strings, they're not as tiny as the Wicked Weasels based out of Australia. Oh. So they cover a little more, you know, a little bit, not much. Yeah. And yeah, that's about it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you can kind of come and go without, a lot of...
Any...
I mean, I noticed on Twitter you have like 67,000 followers, so there's a lot of people. And Instagram, are you on that too?
I am, yes. Yeah. Yeah, I get messages daily from fans. Oh, yeah. And it's, you know, I love chatting with fans. I do tend to send them to textsofie.com. It's a site where they can text me through my phone, and that way I'm not on social media all the time. So yeah, I try and connect with fans in that sense. Sure. But just gets a little overwhelming, I guess, at times. Sure. And I don't want to be rude. I don't want so. Sure. But just kind of busy for.
How about AVN? Do you go to that and meet people?
Yes, I've been. Let's see. This year was my 3rd year. Oh. Okay. So I walk down the red carpet. Yeah. Have a gown, fancy dress. Yeah. So yeah, that's fun. I get really kind of nervous. Because I don't want to trip and fall on my face. Really, that's the only reason I get nervous. But it is fun. Everyone's like, "Hey, Sophie, stop, let me take a picture," or whatever, But it's fun. It goes by quick, and then you get to hang out for the rest of the night. I've only been to the actual show once.
Oh, okay.
The first year, I sat through the whole show. The whole 2.5 hours.
Yeah, it can be long.
I'm like, okay, next year we'll go, in the beginning, hear the opening act or whatever, and then, so this year I didn't go.
Yeah, we went one year just to see what it was like, and actually Carmen got made up by a professional makeup artist, and but we're not in the business or out in the open, so it was sort of like, oh, okay, yeah.
Kind of like tourists.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you went to the actual show, or
we
just
did.
watched?
We did.
And you watched the red carpet?
We didn't get the red carpet.
She was getting made up at the red carpet.
Oh, gotcha.
But we got to the award show, and then we also went around the booths, and do you do that where you meet people?
I do. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So this year I was signing in for my website for my company.
Oh, okay.
So I was kind of in their booth. Yeah. But I had my Yummy Girl banner up, and and then there's one of me and again tiny bikini. Yeah. So yeah, I have merchandise to sell, hats and shirts and DVDs mostly that people want. So take pictures, and it's fun. It's the one-on-one and meeting fans, especially face to face. It's fun to over.
Sure. Oh, sure. Yeah.
So then they get all excited, and I'm like, oh, okay.
All right, now I'm going to assemble the Mexican couscous. And this is a recipe that I developed all on my own, and by looking at other recipes for guidelines. In this pan, I have a jalapeno pepper that I cut up and sautéed in a little bit of water just to soften it up. And to that, I'm going to add 1 cup of couscous.
And couscous is that a grain or a pasta?
It's a pasta.
A pasta.
It's a pasta.
Okay.
And 1 teaspoon of paprika and 2 teaspoons of cumin. And next, I'm going to add 1 can of black beans, which have been drained and rinsed, and a cup of peas, because peas have protein.
Yeah, and what cooking show would be complete without the clear bowl? You can see the ingredients. That was very intentional.
And the final ingredient is the juice of 1 lime. Okay. So I need that
Here we
lime
go.
and the juicer, please, which is right
there.
Good work. Okay.
Have the operating room nurse here with the
Alright.
tools.
Squeeze that in there. And if I can have the other half, please.
Sure. You gotta love lime.
Yeah, you can never have too much lime, I think.
Although that famous line, squeeze my lemon till the juice runs down my leg. The old blues line. We got a lime here today.
And then finally, I'm just adding a cup of water, and I will put this on the stove and cook it according to couscous directions, about 5 minutes. Okay,
Okay, so you're,
I'm gonna go put this on the stove.
okay. So your name, how did you choose that?
Oh boy. This is probably TMI, and my husband's gonna kill me, but so he likes his nipple played with.
And that's your husband?
My husband.
Okay.
His right nipple. And for some reason, you know, when we first started dating and all that, we came up with this name, Sophie. Like, he said, hey, lick Sophie's pussy. Like I was, licked.
So the nipple is Sophie.
Sophie's pussy.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah. And so we came up with it that way, and then I saw this girl scene. I think it was from Sex Art or something. There was a girl who had short blonde hair and 2 brunettes. And for some reason, I'm like, oh, that's my Sophie, the blonde.
Okay.
And the other girl was Brenda. I have no idea where these names came from, to be honest. So it's like, I might have seen that scene first, or that video, movie, whatever. And then the nipple, I'm like, and he's like, oh, lick Sophie's pussy. So that's how we came up with Sophie. Or I came up, we did. And then Marie's my middle name.
Oh, okay.
So.
And that's a long tradition of performers using their middle names from the old days. I remember a lot of that. Yeah, so there you are. Sofie Marie, the nipple. And I like her to do the nipples too.
That's right.
And if truth be told, we named this guy Bronco.
Bronco.
So,
Okay. Bronco,
yep,
gotcha.
yep. So if I ever go out there in the business, which at my age is not likely, but I'd be Bronco.
Bronco, that's a good name. That's a good
Bronco
stage
Durnan,
name.
actually.
Bronco Durnan.
Is the middle name.
Middle name.
That's
same
a good
deal.
one.
Yeah.
I like it. You should, for sure.
Good.
That's awesome.
Well, the last step in our meal is to saute the vegetables for the fajitas.
Seems like a perfect time to show you the scene that we shot with Sophie yesterday, and I think you're going to enjoy it. We had quite a physical workout there with her, so
Yes, we did.
here we go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks so much for coming over tonight and letting us show our appreciation for everything you've done for me as my personal trainer.
You are welcome. It's been so fun.
It has been fun.
Yes.
I have loved the kettlebells.
I know. Great workout, huh?
It is a great workout.
Now, have you been sore after our workouts?
Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Good.
Yeah.
That means you're working hard.
I know, and it's doing such great things for me physically, but also we're seeing some benefits that we didn't expect.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Like
in the bedroom.
Oh,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, which has been pretty hot. We've been taking up, well, there's not really a good way to say this, but
Wow, I don't know about you all, but that was a workout for me in that scene. We hope you enjoyed it.
Yes. I'm ready to enjoy this right here. It looks yummy.
So for the last step, I am going to add some garnish of cilantro and avocado to the couscous.
Yep, you need some help there.
Just use this. Slide that on there. And the cilantro. And we'll just stir that up a little bit.
And while she's doing that, one final question.
Okay.
What's up next? Do you have any projects that you're working on? Or I know you do a lot with your own brand, Yummy Sophie, and
Yeah, what am I doing? I'm not sure yet. Every day's a new day in this business.
yeah.
Who I shoot with, how 2 people or 10 people. It's fun. Keeps me busy.
Well, we'll be watching.
Oh well, thanks.
Okay.
And there's a plate for you.
Thank you.
And a plate for you.
Okay.
And we've got some warm tortillas here, so help
Awesome.
yourself.
Oh, okay.
And yep. And I'm gonna get some of this.
I bet you don't get meals out of the other kind of shoots.
No, I don't.
See, that's
No.
Yep. That's why we do it in 2 days, because we wouldn't want to try to do everything in one.
This is a
Okay, now-
special shoot.
Am I going to be able to get this over here? Look at that.
Unless you drop it in your wine.
Without.
That's right.
Okay.
Would you like some couscous?
Yes, please.
You bet. Okay.
Thank you.
There you go.
Okay, I'm going to get some of that as well.
Nice.
And wow, that looks delish.
It does.
Can't wait to try it. But before we do, we got to say thanks so much for coming on our show. It has
Thank
been
you,
a blast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Wish you all the best with your future work.
you.
And like I said, we'll be looking for you. So
All
yeah.
right. Yeah.
And we hope you'll be looking for us on the next episode of Sexy Healthy Cooking.
Cheers.